Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today we're going to pick up a very cheap car. It's a 2005 Audi A3 that I paid, ready for this? I paid just £200 for it. I mean, 200 quid these days is so cheap for a used car. There are some people out there who'll spend more than that on a pair of trainers. Not me, of course, I'm a bit of a cheapskate when it comes to things like that, but there are some people out there. Now, I don't know much about this because I haven't seen it yet. I bought it completely blind, but I just figured I can't really go wrong. I'll get probably $240 for it in scrap. So I didn't need to see it and inspect it first. I just took a bit of a gamble. And really that just adds to the fun, the fact I haven't seen it. Now it's kind of a lucky dip. I don't know much about it, apart from the fact it's 2005, which I don't like to acknowledge this, but that's a 20-year-old car these days. How is 2005 20 years ago? Anyway, I'm not sure of the condition, but I'm guessing for £200, it's not going to be great, is it? Should we go and have a look at it then? And oh, we're rumble stripping. Should we go and have a look at it then and put ourselves out of our misery? See what £200 buys you in today's market? Right, let's do it. I'll see you there. Well, we're here. That's actually all right. It's got the big grille. That, you know, in its day was quite desirable. It's a sportback, so it's the 5-door hatch. It's in quite a desirable dark blue colour. Like I say, with the big grille. That was the car that everyone wanted 15 years ago. Yeah. The years haven't been kind to it. We've got a flaking B-pillar. The wheels look a mess. It's very dirty. We've got a door seal sticking out like a Ford Focus. The headlamps want a buff. We're missing the fog lamp cover on the front grille. The front grille's come unclipped at the side. We've got a hole in the wing. We've got a missing fuel cap or fuel door. This isn't great, really. Isn't great. Having said that, it's £200. Let's get real. I'm just trying to manage your expectations here a little bit. For 200 quid, I mean, if that drives, I assume it does because it's parked there. Can't really go wrong. We've only got the one key, unfortunately, and something that made me laugh was we've got the reg here, BF05 YLM, Audi A3, colour blue, miles, someone's put lots, exclamation mark. Right, before we go and look around it then in the cold, let's do a quick vehicle history check. Now, as always, I'm going to use Car Vertical. It's really easy to use this. All you need to do is go to carvertical.com and type in the reg or the VIN. Now, in this case, we know the reg is BF Bravo Foxtrot 05 Yankee Lima Mike, and then check vehicle. What this is doing now is checking database in 35 different countries. So it'll tell us if it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has outstanding finance on it. And this isn't just a UK thing either. It works in 35 different countries. So if it's had a bump in Belgium or a crash in Cadiz, this will tell us. Cadiz. 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 You see, this doesn't take long and it isn't expensive either. And it's cheaper still if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK. That's HIGHPEAK, all one word, HIGHPEAK, and you'll save yourself 20% off each and every check that you do. It's as easy as that, really. Right, and the Car Vertical report is done. So, view reports. It is a 2005 diesel Audi A3. It's never been clocked. No outstanding finance, no recorded damage, and we've got ownership here, one owner found. It's impressive. Never been stolen, that's good. The last known mileage was 157,000 miles. That was in July last year. That's not too high then, is it really, for a 20-year-old car? 157? I was expecting that to be like 200 and something. Let's go down to its timeline then. So, market value. Average market price for such a vehicle is £2,600. Not that one, by the way, but just in general. It's an Audi A3 hatchback, 2 litre, 140 horsepower. This was the one to have, really. Right-hand drive, front-wheel drive in blue. We've got the spec there as well. Okay, then let's go down to its last MOT. See how horrendous that was. See if there are loads of advisory items. Just one. That was it. So, oh no, actually not even one. None. So it failed its MOT. It needed a tyre. That was replaced, and then it passed with not a single advisory item. Which is a little bit suspicious, isn't it? Anyway, let's go and have a look around this, shall we? See whether it has indeed had an iffy MOT. Okay then, right, so yes, we've only got the one key there, but it does still work. And it's in reasonable condition, actually. It's exactly the same key as my old S4. So that's positive. It looks a bit sorry for itself, doesn't it? For some reason, this era of Audis always suffer with this dodgy fuel door. Must be quite a common issue. The top of the fuel cap, my car's hissing there. The top of the cap just falls off, or people steal it. We've got a damaged back bumper here, where someone's backed into something. This doesn't have rear sensors. Right, Motor Planet. M34 3DU. I don't know where that is. M34 is Denton, I think, isn't it? Okay. We've got a dynamo tyre here. We've got a very crusty, rusty brake disc as well. Hasn't been loved, this car, has it really? We've got what looks like, well, no it is, moss. Looks like a shed roof, doesn't it? We've got a very wholly damaged front wing there. This is exactly the same as the Golf, by the way. And on the diesels, they'd put foam inside the wings here to try and sort of drown out the clattering diesel engine. But of course the foam would soak up all the water and then it would rot from the inside out. Fun fact for you there. Up front we've got a Imperial tyre on about 3mm of tread. Brake discs look okay, but the wheels look corroded. That's come away at the sides, hasn't it? And yeah, we're missing the front fog lamp cover, so it should have a cover like that, and it's missing. We've got odd plates, we've got Stoneacre at the front and Motor Planet at the back. Headlamps could do with a buff, and they would probably buff back. Got lots of bird muck everywhere. A dodgy bumper again at this side. No cracks in the windscreen. That's 1-0 to the old Audi over my Range Rover. We've got an Imperial tyre up here. Near side front is on about 3mm. More moss. Look at this. I think with a good clean though, actually, would look far better. Get rid of all this moss. We've got a Max Trek on the back. Never heard of that one. That looks very old actually. The sidewall looks quite worn. I'm just trying to find the date stamp on it, but I can't. It's an old tyre though, that. And this always seems to happen on Audi A3s. The B pillar there just, this always flakes off. We've got leather though, a leather interior. And what do you want for 200 quid? It's not bad, is it really? It's not bad. And this 2-litre TDI was quite a good old engine. Remote locking works. That's good. Inside then, well, it's a mess, frankly. An absolute mess. In fact, who keeps the car like this? Just got mess everywhere. Dirty, horrible mats. Gonna need a bath after driving this, aren't I? Right. We've got more mats. Some coat hangers there, because you never know. A suspicious little package there. Some boiled sweets. No thanks. What about in the boot? What treasures have we got in here? Got some engine oil. That's always a worrying sign, isn't it? Got some wood here from a bedside cabinet. And then, I don't know, piece of trim there from probably this car. A traffic cone there. Yeah. Someone's got a sweet tooth, haven't they? We've got Mars bar wrappers, drumsticks from Swizzles, all sorts. Well, ladies and gents, this is what £200 buys you anyway. Got a very sweet tooth, haven't they? Moorish cupcakes. Over this side, we've got, what have we got here? Paint display from, don't know where. Stockport, Mersey car park. Okay. This is disgusting. It gets worse actually. Who would get in this every day and drive this to work in this state? Just easier to keep on top of your car, isn't it, really, than let it get this bad. Oh, we've got the fuel door. Look at this. It's not all bad, is it? Flash dash. Don't think that's been used. Some pens. Cleaning wipe there. Right, okay. We've got part of a spare key there, haven't we? Have we got any service history? Let's have a look. There's some receipts there. Some odd receipts. It's about as good as we're going to get, I think. Let's have a look under the bonnet, shall we? Where's my door? There we go. Well, the bonnet strut's all right. That still works. That's good. Bit of an oil leak. Someone's been sloppy there while they've been putting in fresh oil. Chassis legs look straight. That's all good. Pop that back there, because I'm a fully trained mechanic. Right, let's fire her up then, shall we? There's a sticker there. I wonder if it's had a cam belt. We'll never know, will we? Look at it's disgusting, this car. It's filthy. How many warning lights have we got on then, do you reckon? Wait for the glow plug. My engine light's quite dim there, have you seen that? Suspicious. Well, it's done 160,000 miles. Engine sounds alright, actually. It's not bad. Got some coins here, an armrest. It's a shame really, we've got loads to change here, haven't we? It's a shame really, because this would have been a very desirable car in its day. Unfortunately, it has had its day, hasn't it? Now it's just gross. Does the cup holder work? Oh, it's quite reluctant, but it does still work in a fashion. That's good. Do my windows work? Let's have a look. It's a bit reluctant as well, isn't it? Oh no. Oh no. I think we won't touch that one again. Passenger side's fine though, that's good. What about the rear? That's all good then. Oh yes. Right, we've got a full house of windows working, that's good. Oh no. They've all got a mind of their own though. Right, we'll leave that alone. What have we got down here? Trying to look here. We've got some McDonald's barbecue sauce. Good of them to keep that for me. Right. Got auto lights. Have we got heated seats? No, sadly we don't have heated seats. £200. This is all right, really, isn't it? It's telling me my boot's open, and it's definitely not open. Just lower my seat down. This will actually all clean up quite nicely. Got a quarter tank of fuel. I think what we're going to do then is get this out on the road, take it for a quick drive. Right then, let's drive this disgusting, filthy Audi A3. In fact, no, let's put a positive spin on it. Let's drive this very cheap facelift, leather upholsteried Audi A3. There we go. It's best to be positive, isn't it? Well, we've got a clutch. It's a little bit aggressive though, the clutch. We've got some brakes, that's good. Always helps, doesn't it, with a car, I find. Brakes are okay. Steering feels okay. Pull's all right. It's not smoking excessively. The gearbox is a little bit tight, I would say. To get in gears, it's not as free and easy as I'd like, but still works. In fact, that might just be because it's cold, maybe. Oh no, that definitely is tight. We're all right though. We've got Heart FM on. I think whoever thought we'd stall then. Oh yeah, that gearbox is tight. I think whoever was in charge of the electric windows on this was also in charge of the volume control, because that's got a mind of its own as well.
The bedroom's a big.
Turn that off then, right. Pull out onto the main road and we're away. This actually pulls all right. So we've got 140 horsepower. Clutch feels okay. Pulls in a straight line. It's not veering to the left or the right. This isn't too bad actually. 200 quid. Need a set of wiper blades because they're very smeary. It needs a very good clean, this. It's disgusting. I think once it's all clean though, it could be alright. Oh, alright, that's nice. I think once it's all clean though, it could be alright. I just don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's a bit too good to scrap, isn't it, really? There's a bit more life left in this yet, I think. What should I do with it? Don't really want to spend a fortune on it, do we? I think what we'll do then first is spend 15 or 20 pounds getting it cleaned. We'll have a look at it once it's all clean and see what it looks like. If I knew someone that wanted a cheap runaround, this would be it, really. The heater's working, that's all nice. Back when I started High Peak Autos, like 9-10 years ago, I would always buy these. In those days, you could pick these up for maybe like 2,200, 2,500 quid, that sort of money, and you could sell them for 3,995 quite easily. There was always a market for it, and they'd always sell quite quickly. So in those days, anytime I was offered a facelift Audi A3, especially the Sportback, I'd just jump at it, because I knew it would be guaranteed profit. And they're quite reliable. I know those words are going to come back to haunt me as I probably have a breakdown in the next mile, but they are quite reliable when looked after. I think the wiper motor's got a mind of its own as well. A bit erratic. Yeah, I mean, I've bought worse, I think. I've bought worse for more. I don't think this clutch is longed for this world, actually, but still functions. I think if this was my car, my own car, and I had to use it, I had to get 12 months out of it, I'd drive it with respect, service it. I think somebody would have some transport. I was going to say a decent car, but that's a bit of a stretch. Somebody would have some transport then, wouldn't they, for a few months? It's actually not horrendous. I think what we might do... I always struggle, you know, with cheap cars like this. I don't know what I can do with them. I can't sell them off the forecourt because it just makes me look terrible, and I can't stand by a 20-year-old car like this, can I? But there's still a little bit more life left in them. What I should do, if I was, I don't know, like a shrewd businessman, would just be scrap them, forget about them, just scrap them, move on. But I like to save things. I don't like to scrap things. I think what I should do really is maybe, I don't know, start an eBay account or something and just put them on as auction or something like that, maybe. I don't know. It's probably what I should do with this. Clean it up, check it over and make sure there's nothing terrible about to happen to it, and maybe just stick it on as an auction and see what it fetches. There's an idea, actually. I could do that. In fact, that is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to spin around at the bottom of this hill, drop it off at my car wash, run away before I get shouted at, and then advertise it, I suppose. I could even do a couple of little jobs to it, couldn't I, like stick on the fuel door, just try and make it look a little bit more presentable. I think we'll do that. Nearly lost a coat hanger then. Just driving this, by the way, I just had a flashback then. It reminds me of a Mark IV Golf diesel, and I love those cars. Yeah, a bit stiff to get in gear. She pulls though. She pulls. Bit of a whistle there from the turbo, but it's not smoking. This engine's really strong, actually, I would say. Right, leave this with me for a couple of days and I'll have an update for you shortly. Hopefully with some good news, maybe. Who knows? Stranger things have happened, haven't they? Wish me luck. And we're back in my very cheap Audi A3, which is now sold for, wait for this, we're in new territory here, profit. After we last spoke then, I dropped this down at my local car wash. It was a bit of a state. I don't think it had been cleaned for years. So I left it there for a mini valet. Now usually a mini valet is anywhere from between 15 and 20 pounds, depending how dirty it is. This one cost me 40 pounds. But still, I'm quite happy with the result. It's cleaned up really well. Now I know there's a hole in the front wing, so let's just gloss over that. The rest of the car actually looks quite bright and tidy. The next day I went down to the car wash to go and collect it, and I was really impressed with the results. In fact, that whole day I used this car as a runaround. It had plenty of diesel in, so I thought, well, why not? I actually quite like driving it. It drives alright. I think I mentioned this when I filmed the intro part for this video right at the start, but I think I said something like, it reminds me of the Mark IV Golf TDI. That's a car that I've had loads of those over the years and I just really like them. A really solid car. And if you have a look on Horse Trader, as I was doing the other night, trying to buy a nice one, they just don't exist. You try and buy a nice Mark IV Golf diesel now, they're just not out there. Anyway, that's not the subject of today's video. Today's video is all about this very cheap Audi. So after using it for a full day, it's a little bit stiff to get in gear occasionally, so I don't think the clutch is the greatest, but once you know that, it's all right. perfectly workable. An old car like this is kind of like an old person. The joints get a bit stiff. That's all it is. Once you know that, it's fine. There we go. Not a problem. Anyway, after using it for a full day, I took it down to my mechanics just for a general check over. I didn't really want to spend too much in it, but I just wanted to see if there was any life left in it. Now, my mechanic said, barring the odd oil leak here or there, which is to be expected, I suppose, with a 160,000 mile diesel, it was all right. At that point, I was kind of undecided. I didn't know what to do with it. It wasn't really worth spending hundreds of pounds on to fix up, but at the same time, it was too good to scrap. But then, lo and behold, later that day, I was speaking to a friend of mine, and his friend was looking for a cheap runaround. So I mentioned this Audi A3. He said, well, what do you want for it? So I thought, well, I've paid £200 for it, spent 40 on a mini valet, so it owes me 240. I don't know, 350? So as soon as I said £350 for a Audi A3 Sportback with leather, he immediately said, yeah, okay, right, deal. So I thought, well, there we go. Someone's got a cheap workhorse, cheap runaround for a bit, and I've saved another car from being scrapped, which I'm quite pleased with. Had I scrapped this with J Davidson or somebody, the local scrap merchant, I'd have got probably £220 for it. So I figured I am in profit, albeit quite a small profit. But I'm quite pleased with the outcome, really. I've made a little bit of profit, and I haven't massively overspent. Who knew that was possible? I know I'm a bit of a car hoarder, and that is becoming a problem, don't get me wrong. But I'd rather that than see a car scrapped. It's like when you see those adverts for the RSPCA. With your £10 a month, we'll never put a healthy dog down. That's me, but in the car world, isn't it? I don't like to scrap a perfectly usable car. It just seems like a waste. Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today we're going to collect a Rover 25 that I bought for just £300. You know, thinking about it, nobody could ever accuse me of lacking variety on this channel. I recently filmed with a cheap Bentley Continental GT that I bought for just £5,000, and now we're going to collect this little turd from Longbridge. It should be quite good fun, this, so I thought I'd bring you guys along for a run out. I always seem to land myself in hot water whenever I film with a Rover, which thankfully isn't all that often. The owners just seem to be very sensitive. I think it's probably their adenoids. I don't do it on purpose. It's never my goal to insult or offend. I'm just always honest. And in all honesty, Rover cars just aren't very good. Anyway, what I've bought today is a 2005 Rover 25 with a little 1.4 litre petrol engine. I mean, what could possibly go wrong with that little K-series engine? They were bulletproof, weren't they? Oh, no, they weren't. No, they weren't. They had all the durability of a wet paper bag. I haven't seen this car yet, but I know it's £300, it's quite low mileage, and it's a 1.4 petrol. That's pretty much all I know. I don't know whether it's a connoisseur or a contemporary or whatever Rover call them. I know what I call them, but yeah, probably can't say that on camera. One thing I do know though, and mark my words here, I'll have bought the wrong one. All the Rover fanboys in the comments will be, oh, you bought a Longbridge car. That isn't the one to buy. You should have bought a Cowley. It'll be all that sort of stuff. I guarantee it. Scroll down to the comments. You'll see. Last time I bought one of these cars, I paid just £75 for it and then quickly sold it for 100. So I think that basically makes me Sir Alan Sugar. Right, anyway, enough talking. Let's go and see it, shall we? Well, we're here. It actually looks... it looks as good as a Rover 25 can look. Why are we beeping? What are we close to? Overly sensitive parking sensors. Just like my overly sensitive Rover watchers. That must be one of the last of with that new grille. It's silver, but it's not really... It's more... Why are we beeping? Do you want to know? Oh, there we go. No idea. Back to the road. Oh, we've got leather interior and a tax disc holder. We've got original plates. A little bit of rust on the front wings. They're just dross, aren't they, these cars? They really are garbage. It's a 3-door. We've got alloys. We've got a nice big aerial. Oh, it gets even better. We've got a magic tree, new car scent, if I'm not mistaken. Should we check it out using Car Vertical then? Now, as always, it's really important that you do one of these checks before you hand over any cash for a used car or motorbike. It's really easy to do. All you do is go to carvertical.com and type in the reg or the VIN. May as well turn the engine off. I forgot just how thirsty this car was. Right, so all you do is enter the VIN or the reg. Now, in this case, we know the reg is Foxtrot November 05 Yankee Victor Romeo. Check vehicle. Now what this does, it checks database in 35 different countries. It isn't just a UK thing. So if it's had a prang in Poland or a slap in Slovenia, this will tell us. It doesn't take long, this, and it isn't expensive, and it's cheaper still if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK. That's HIGHPEAK, all one word, HIGHPEAK, and you'll save yourself 20% off each and every check that you do. It isn't just a one-time thing. And what this will do is it'll tell us if it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has a standing finance on it. If it has been involved in a bump, sometimes it shows photographs of the damage, shows you the ownership changes, the average market price, the MOT history, the mileage, shows everything. It's a really thorough check. You know what, I actually quite like, here's a compliment for you, Rover fans, I quite like the longboat or whatever it is, the logo. It's quite interesting, isn't it? I suppose. That's about it, really. Oh, right, the report's ready. View report. So that is a Rover 25 petrol. Never been clocked, that's good. No outstanding finance, even better. No recorded accident damage, and it's only had 2 owners from new. Never been stolen either. Phew, that's a relief. The last known mileage was 42,000 miles. That was done in February last year. So it's got a very short MOT, this. Wonder if it'll pass another one, or if underneath it'll be as rotten as a pear. Anyway, the mileage is fairly consistent, that's good. It is very low mileage, this, really. It's, oh, it says colour gold. Told you it wasn't sort of like a standard silver. So it was first registered in March 2005, then it had an owner change in August 2012. Are there any advisory items on the last MOT? My guess is yes, lots, but we'll soon find out. Oh yeah, lots of corrosion here, lots of corrosion. Right, so in February last year, there was a minor advise for tyre underinflated near side front. Why wouldn't they just put some air in it? Then there were some more advisory items for near side front tyre worn close to legal limit on the edge, near side front service brake binding, offside rear suspension component mounting prescribed area is corroded but not considered excessive, and the same again for the near side, and rear tyre worn close on the edge. That's not the end of the world then, is it really? Right, should we go and look at this little beauty from Longbridge? It's a shame it's not a Cowley car, isn't it? Well, the first piece of good news is that we've got both sets of keys. This shows how dated the 25 was in 2005, doesn't it? We've got a separate fob, which is very 90s, and then an old sort of Honda style key, which says Rover on it. And for some reason, I don't know why, but it was always hinged there. Why would you need a key to sort of bend like that? Don't know. Unless the target audience was like Yuri Geller or something. Anyway. Here we go, look at it in all its glory. Quite a bit of crustiness here. Bit of rust all the way around the outside. Tyres then, we've got, someone's put part ones on these because I can see the chalk mark. We've got a Maxxis with 2 X's. On about 4 mil of tread, that's not too bad. Got a little Union flag there. Very nice. These windows pop out, that's good. What else can I tell you? It actually looks relatively tidy. Bit of scabbiness on the front arch there. This tyre is a King? Is that right? Never heard of it. That's on about 4 mil of tread, so that's not too bad. Headlamps are okay. It's got the original plate, so I don't need to change those. That's good. A little bit of a scuff here, a bit of scuffage. Some more scabbiness on the front wing. Panel gaps are atrocious, but it probably lasts the factory like that. Yeah, we've got a matching. Oh, a Mile King. Never heard of it. And they've made the M look like a road. It's clever, isn't it? Got a little Rover 25, little emblem here on the door. Tax disc holder, back when tax was affordable, £180 for 12 months from Cars Direct. Actually not an awful lot of rust on it, really. The rest of it's all right. Oh, hang on a minute, it gets worse down here. That's quite scabby, isn't it? Yeah, we're losing a bit here, aren't we? I think if you went around this with one of those little toffee hammers, there wouldn't be much left, would there? On this side, oh, we've got another Mile King. Very good. On about 4 mil. Colour-coded handles, that's nice. Got the Rover badge spelled out there like new Bentleys on the tailgate. Parking sensors. This was probably quite a high spec back in its time. Remote locking works. Right then, feast your eyes. We've got some more rust here on the sill. We've got a little frisbee here, which is good of Rover to include, just to keep you occupied while you're on the side of the road waiting for a recovery truck. Some sort of sheath. I'm not really sure what that's for. Got more speakers here than we can shake a stick at. Look at the craftsmanship you get at Rover at this time. Look at the exposed screw heads. You just don't get that on other brands, do you really? I wonder why they went bust. And you get all this quality for such an affordable price. Nice leather interior. It does smell quite clean, actually. Could do with a set of mats. We've got the electric mirror switch here out of an old Range Rover Classic or a Morris Minor. Standard BL parts bin tat. We've got some nice little vents here with an adjustable bezel. Oh, look at the window switches. That's rubbish, isn't it? Who thought that was a good idea? I know, we'll put them where you might spill drinks on them. That's a good idea. Cup holders down there. That's nice. We've got air conditioning. That probably won't work, but we've got a button for air conditioning. That probably will have been used quite a lot, I imagine. We've got the steering wheel from a Freelander with a little horn there. It's quite nice. Radio controls down here, just like a Freelander. We've got the temp gauge, which is nice and low at the moment, but I expect that will rise probably to about there. You see that little red mark? Probably go about there. Got half a tank of fuel, that's good. Quality glove box. Now, owner's handbook, here we go. Okay, enough mocking. I'm actually a bit speechless here. We've got more Rover service history than I expected to see. So Lockwood and Greenwood were a Rover dealer till they went bust, and they continue to do all the servicing work. So it's all Lockwood and Greenwood. Look at this, full Rover history. At 7, 9. Hang on a second. Let me start again. 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, 11. 12 again, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wonder if it's had a cam belt change. Sorry, it sounded like a Rover owner then, didn't it? I wonder if it's had a cam belt change. 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 20. Someone's looked after this, haven't they? Really incredibly well. So much so they've run out of pages in the service book. Well, I'm quite impressed, actually. I'm quite impressed. Quite impressed there. Owner's handbook here. Someone's written in the frequency there for Radio 2, which is handy. 88 to 91 FM, BBC Radio 2. Right, should we fire up? In fact, no, that was the sound of quality, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't like glove compartments when they're too soft, too quiet. I like it to make a rattle. We've got the indicator stalks off. I feel a bit Honda-y, actually. Got a big, horrible gear lever, which that's actually in gear. Look at the movement. That's in gear. That's neutral, just to be clear. That's in gear. Again, I hate gearboxes when they're too precise. I don't know why it's beeping. Oh, my lights are on, that's why. Clever feature, though. So we'll come to here then. Right. Are you ready to see some white gunk on top of the oil filler cap? Oh yes, 16 valve twin cam. Now, there's quite a bit of oil here around the rocker cover. Must need a new rocker cover gasket, I imagine. It's all quite straight under here. There's no signs of any accident damage. Okay. Let's bust this open then, shall we? Are you ready for this? Will there be any mayonnaise? You ready? There isn't any, actually. Usually when the head gasket is blown, and these K-series engines are prone for it, there'll be a load of white, gross-looking, what looks like Hellmann's mayonnaise. Other brands are available. On top of the oil filler cap. There isn't any. With that level of service records, actually, it might be. We might have got a good one. Maybe. Let's have a look in the boot. How do you open the boot on a Rover 25? Can we do it off the fob? Oh, look at that. This is quite a nice clean car, you know. No rust in the footwell. Not footwell, spare wheel well, should I say. No rust, it's all solid. That's all good. The quality floor, though, is sort of suffered with time, hasn't it? Right. Better start her up, hadn't we, I think? Okay, then. Are you ready? For some reason it's beeping there at me. Why is that beeping? It's done 43,000 miles. Half tank of fuel, that's all good. The unmistakable sound of a little K-series. Very tappy. That is the sound of the 90s, isn't it, that? We've got a battery warning light on. So we've got a dodgy alternator, or it could just be because it's a cold morning and the battery's old, decrepit. The radio's asking for a code, which might be in the book, actually. So I can't even see what they were listening to. No CD in there. Well, that all works. Looks pretty good. Central locking works. Hazard lights work. You know what, this is actually quite a clean car. I think it will all come down to whether or not it'll pass another MOT, won't it? My mirrors work, that's good. What about this side? Oh yes. What about me winders, me vinders? Well, that's alright. Both my windows work. Who'd have thought it? I mean, it sounds rubbish, but they always did, really. Suppose we better drive this, hadn't we? Right then, should we get this little Rover 25 out on the road? Let's do it. Get rid of that. Clutch is a bit bitey. Drives alright. The engine sounds tappety, but then they always do. Steering's a little bit on the heavy side, but then they always were. Clutch is a little bit snappy. It's fine, it's just a little bit... It's just poor quality. It's just a poor quality item, that's what we're in. Gearbox is terribly sloppy. That is in gear, that's terrible. Brakes work, that's good. Oh, it's all kicking off down here. We've got 3 police cars here and they've cornered a transit van. Wish I could film this for you, you know. I daren't get my phone out there while the police are there. That wouldn't be very good, would it? Well, to be fair, looks like they've got bigger fish to fry. Anyway, back to the Rover. My heater works, that's good, so I don't think my head gasket's blown. When your head gasket's blown, you tend to not get hot air through the vents. It's all right, this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. The service history is excellent, so sounds like I'm being cheap, but I probably wouldn't even bother servicing it. It had one like hundreds of miles ago, so I probably wouldn't bother servicing it. I think we just need to get it through an MOT. If we can get it through an MOT quite cleanly, quite cheaply, then we've got a car with an MOT, basically. I still don't know what I'm going to do with it at that point, but it's not... I know I've ripped into it, but it's not too bad, is it, really? I've mostly ripped into the poor quality of them, not the condition of this one. The condition of this one's actually all right. We've got what looks like an abandoned transit van there with two cops looking around it. Nobody's going to let me go. I'm going to be here all my life. Right, now we're on the move. Now we're on the move. There we go. Well, she pulls. Not sure what horsepower this will be. Maybe from 1.4. What do you think? 70 or something? That gearbox is laughably, it's comically bad, that. My battery light's still on. Could do with a good old clean, but it actually pulls quite well. It's not pulling to the left or the right. It's sort of right down the centre. The steering's true. So we need the radio code, which I think is probably in the handbook there. If they've bothered to write down the frequency for radio 2, chances are they've probably they've written down the radio code somewhere. Everything works. You know, when I was offered this car for just 300 quid, I thought, well, if it turns out to be a lemon, I could just scrap it. Call J Davidson, my local scrap dealer, and get 220 back for it. It's not the end of the world. But I think it's a little bit better than that. I think there's some life left in this. Need to reattach the little frisbee, don't we, to the speaker. Tom Cassola, Syndicate. What else can I tell you about it? I think, you know, with this level of service history, it should pass an MOT, shouldn't it? I hate to speak too soon, but if someone's looked after it like that, if it's had a service every single... Nearly stalled it then. If it's had a service every single year of its life, when it's only done like 1,000 miles, chances are it should pass another MOT, shouldn't it? I think what I'll do then, because it does drive all right, I think I'll just take it straight down to my mechanics. Drop it off with them, see if it'll pass an MOT, and then I'll report back to you guys with the good or bad news. I think that's probably what I should do. Get them to charge the battery as well. I'll leave it on charge overnight, see if the battery light goes off. Don't want to start chucking alternators on this whole thing. But yeah, I've bought worse, haven't I, on this channel? Definitely bought worse. My temp gauge is still nice and low, hasn't pinged right up. When these came out, you know, back in, I don't know when it was, they used to be called the Rover 200 and then they rebadged it. Was it like 97 maybe, I think? Yeah, anyway, when they came out in the late 90s, they were up against I guess the Fiesta, the Punto. And I suppose back then, they were probably all right-ish to a point. The trouble is now, 20 years on, I'm judging this through 2025 lenses, which probably isn't fair, is it really? But still, it's funny that way. Right, leave this with me then. I'll have an update for you very soon. Cheers, guys.
A few moments later.
Well, it was all going so well. I've just pulled over here halfway to my mechanics to take my GoPro off the bonnet before it flew off. I've got back in the car and we're broken down, guys. It won't start. All we're getting here is a clicking noise. Listen to this. Cheers, Rover, for ruining my day. There's such garbage, these cars. Do you know how many times this has happened to me? Sat on the side of the road, staring at the longboat emblem. Absolute dross. I'm not even on a hill. Can't even roll the crock. Right, I'm gonna have to walk back to the garage now then, get my booster pack and try and fire this lemon into life. Wish me luck. And we're back in my little Rover 25. And when we last spoke, I was having a breakdown. In fact, it happened right there. My car left me stranded as well. Instead of driving this barefoot to Dundee whilst eating a Toblerone, I took it to my mechanic instead. I towed it down there, thinking it could be the alternator. Anyway, because I've done this job for a miserable number of years, I was right. It was indeed the alternator. My mechanic got it going again. She put a new battery on it and a new alternator, and that was that. While it was down there, I said, could you check the levels? Because I didn't want to spend too much money on this, really. I knew it had been over-serviced. I always preach that you should look after your car and it will look after you. But I think in the case of this little Rover, somebody's cared for it a little too much. Way more than it deserves, in my opinion. But anyway, it was over-serviced, so I didn't bother doing that. Instead, I just asked for a fresh MOT. I thought if I could get this car roadworthy, then somebody would have a half-decent car for the next 12 months or so. My mechanic called me once the battery and alternator were fitted to say, right, it's running fine now, it starts fine, it's holding its charge, but, big but, it needs a little bit of welding for its MOT, particularly on the sills. The seals didn't need replacing completely, they were still fairly intact. They just need a little bit of welding really, otherwise it would fail its MOT. So I had that done, and it's now got 12 months MOT on it. So yeah, that's about it really. Now, as I mentioned at the start of this video, I'm not a Rover fan. Let's be clear about that. I really don't like them. The build quality is poor and I'm just not a fan. So I thought, rather than end today's episode on a depressing note where I talk about how much I've spent on it, I have kind of massively overspent on this, I thought I'd do something positive instead. So what I've decided to do with this little Rover is give it away. In case you're wondering, the bill at my mechanics was £380, which I didn't think was too bad really. Alternator, battery and some welding and an MOT. So yeah, it's all right really. We've got 2 keys. That's about it then guys really, isn't it? All right guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today we're going to collect a 2014 Kia Rio that I've just agreed to buy for, you ready for this? £400. I can't believe how cheap this is. Just £400 for a 2014 Kia Rio. Now this might not sound very exciting, but the Kia Rio is quite a good car. They always sell well off the forecourt. This particular one's cheap for a reason. I'm told it's quite difficult to get in gear, so I'm thinking it could possibly need a clutch, or maybe a gear linkage if I'm lucky. I bought this from a local main dealer. The previous owners had it for a good number of years, and they've traded it in against a brand new car, which I always think is quite a good sign. If they've got the money there to buy a brand new car, then they're obviously not completely skint, are they? Although having said that, why didn't they just put a clutch in it themselves? I haven't actually seen this Kia Rio yet, but I do know a few things about it. Like I say, it's a 2014, it's white, and it's done 130,000 miles, so it is a little bit up there on the miles. What I've got to do today, I suppose, and I'm hoping you'll keep me company, is work out whether or not it's worth fixing up. I've got to weigh it up, really. Or, you know, weigh it in, I suppose. As always, though, I'm going to go into this with an open mind and an open checkbook. Shall we go and see what my latest £400 purchase looks like? Let's go. Right, well, we're here. I've bought a Kia Rio. However, it's a 2013, not 2014. Perhaps I misheard. Should really listen carefully, shouldn't I? So MK13 UTL, it looks filthy. We've got various stickers on the back. It's full of moss, it's never had a clean. It looks like it's been finished in matte paint as well, so it needs a very good clean and buff. And the roof is particularly disgusting. They're quite good cars, are those. My brother ran one for a number of years. They're all right. Especially this one's the Eco-Dynamic, so it's a diesel. They're pretty good. Right, as always then, let me check it out using Car Vertical. Let's see what we can discover about this little cheap Kia Rio. So it's really easy to use. All we're going to do then is head over to carvertical.com, type in the reg, or the VIN, but we know the reg is Mike Kilo 13 Uniform Tango Lima, and then check vehicle. What this does, it checks database in 35 different countries, so it'll tell us whether it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has outstanding finance on it. It isn't expensive and it can just stop you buying a complete lemon. It's cheaper still if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK. That's HIGHPEAK, all one word, HIGHPEAK, and you save yourself 20% off each and every check that you do. So right now it's checking databases all over the globe. In addition to all that, it shows you the ownership changes, the average market value, the MOT history, all that sort of stuff. So it is invaluable. We're missing a parcel shelf. It's a cheap car this, but if it's done 130,000 miles, I really don't know what it's worth. I paid £400 for it. Its scrap value is probably 220, 240 maybe. I'll be staring down the barrel of a big fat loss. Right, anyway, the report's ready, so let's view report. That is a 2013 Kia Rio 2, first registered in March 13. It's done 135,000 miles. Well, at its last MOT, it done 135,000 miles. But weirdly, not a single advisory item on its last MOT. Loads of fails and loads of previous advisory items and stuff, but on its last one, its most important one, not a single advisory item. Well, that's probably quite good, isn't it? Now in the diesel, they do a 1.1 3-cylinder diesel, which is very frugal. That's the one my brother had. Or a 1.4 diesel. This one's a 1.4, so it's 90 horsepower, or 88 to be precise. Should we have a look? What am I going to do with this? Right, well, as we can see then, it's a very scruffy car, this. The wheels are a mess. I mean, I know it's only £400 this, so I'm not picking holes in it, even though it sounds like I am. That tyre's ancient. You can see the sidewall there's all cracking. It's a Bridgestone though, but it's bald. That's not good. Paintwork's very sad and depressing. I mean, look at the bonnet, for example. This hasn't been cleaned in years. Years and years. What a depressing sight. We've got matching plates though on the bright side. They're actually, for a little hatchback, not a bad looking thing, are they? Indicator's still intact, that always breaks. I think with a very good clean and buff it would be transformed, but if I've got this issue with the clutch, I'm now thinking, what's the point? This tyre was made in Serbia, of all places. And, yep, that's bald as well. So we need 2 tyres. My guess is 4 tyres, to be fair. Let's go around the front then. This tyre then, well, that looks all right. That's on about 3 or 4 mil of tread. That's decent. The wheel's battered. This has probably been a city centre car looking at this. That goes deep. This needs a very good clean. Look at all the green rubbish on the roof as well. This isn't a nice one. But, like I said, it's part of a package of cars, and if I can profit from the other 4 or 5, I can kind of withstand a small loss on this. Got some body damage here to the door and to that rear panel there. I mean, on the plus side, we've got 2 keys, and they both work. If the outside looks like this, I'm guessing the inside, oh yes, stinks. That's filthy. This is really filthy. And it smells of just, I don't know how to describe it really. Sort of like, I don't know, it's almost like a spilt milk kind of smell. It's quite a warm day today, so this isn't great. There's paint on the rear seats there. That's terrific, isn't it? For some reason all the belts are fastened. Lovely. You know, the back actually isn't as bad as the front. The front's disgusting. Got some stickers and stuff here. So we missed a parcel shelf. My phone's been going non-stop today. Yeah, this isn't a nice car, is it, this? Look at all the green stuff around this, around the outside. Disgusting. Going around this side then. It's not a bad spec because we've got 4 electric windows. V5's there. Right, we've got some service history here then. Let me just move my camera away. So it's had a suspension arm, bottom arm, boot struts. I thought they felt good actually. It had a service at 105. Had an MOT at Byron's of Hyde. Every year actually. Got all the old MOTs. That's quite good then. There's no service book. It's been a Manchester car, as I said. I know my stuff, don't I? I really do. The actual book pack there was a bit wet, which is worrying. We've got a service book here then. So, service there at Bolton Kia, then Bolton Kia, then Bolton Kia. Starts off good. Then OMC, Oldham. So it's obviously changed hands multiple times. Then another one there. AWB G Cross, that's all well and good. 44. Then another one at BT Autos, Great Norbury Street, Hyde. Okay, that was done at 71. 91. You know what, someone actually has maintained this to some sort of standard. Another one at 111. Another one at 135. What's the mileage right now then? Because according to its last MOT, it done 135. Let's have a look, shall we? This always wears on Kias as well. On the driver's side door handle. The amount of times I've masked these up and then sprayed them black. Many, many times. Well, the hinges are that stiff. I didn't even need the struts. As if by magic, it's holding its own. I put the bonnet strut up anyway, so I don't get a whack on the head. That would be all, wouldn't it? Well, the oil, I mean, it's a diesel, so it's very black, but I've seen worse. It's not like sludgy or anything. I mean, I don't know. Has this got any life left in it? I was suspecting not, to be honest, but we'll see. We'll see. I think what we've got to do next then is get it on the road and see if it drives. This whole gear linkage issue does concern me slightly. If it's a clutch, we can get away with that. If it's a gearbox, then it's not worth repairing. So let's hit the road, shall we? It stinks. I really wish you could smell. In fact, I don't. It's vile. We've done 148,000 miles, not the 135 that I thought. Put my tray plate in the window there because I don't want to get pulled. It's warm in here today. I'm going to take off my Tommy Hilfiger jumper I got from the covered market. Right, my mirrors work. Well, that one does at least. Right, let's see if the air conditioning works. I don't think it will. Do you? We'll try. Right, quite a good spec of this. We've got. Spoke too soon. We've got a button there for the power folding mirrors, which I think is just a dummy. That window works. Got a mind of its own, but a bit eager. Right, well the windows work. When you press the driver's window to go down, it just sticks, goes down all the way. I really don't want to drive this. It stinks. It's a warm day and the air conditioning doesn't work. Oh dear. We're very low on fuel. I can't work out whether my injectors are chuffing or it's just a cold diesel. Making hard work of this, aren't I? Right, we've got a bit of a misfire here, ladies and gents. Sounds like a locomotive. Brakes are very grindy. What I was going to suggest was take this for a quick wash because it's filthy. I'm gonna sweat on here. Right, well I can at least see out the windscreen now, so that's good. Always helps, doesn't it, I find when you're driving. The condition of this car just looks like, I've never been stopped by the police, but this car just looks like a puller. Do you know what I mean? Right, well, so far we've got reverse fine, we've got first gear fine, so I don't really know what the issue is. Quite solid over the bumps. Yeah, my air conditioning doesn't work. Short wheelbase Land Cruiser Prado there. An unusual sight. I mean, it's going into, we're in second. Something's rattling around in the boot, giving me a headache. Does. Right. Trade plates all over the shop as well. This isn't as bad as described though, really, this. Famous last words there. We're in third, right. Let's try and pull up this hill. Oh, it's a 6-speed manual, right. Pulls all right in third. Fourth. I don't know what they were talking about. It's stiff to get in gear. It's been perfectly fine, this. Fifth. And sixth. Right, well, let's not act in haste then, eh? I think I'm going to take this for a mini valet because it's disgusting. It stinks. Take it for a mini valet, then we'll spin it round and take it back down to my mechanics and ask them to check it over. We've got what sounds like a wheel bearing hum coming from the rear. I don't know if you can pick up on that. Yeah, definitely wheel bearing hum, that. But apart from that, it actually drives okay. Drives all right, this. It's filthy, it's minging. But it's got reasonable service history. So maybe I shouldn't weigh it in. Maybe there's a little bit of life left in this. Not sure who's going to buy a 148,000 mile car. But, we'll see. People always ask me for cheap cars, don't they? If I could get this through another MOT and give it a minor service, who knows? Who knows? What have I been listening to? Radio 1? Don't like Travis Scott, really. Not my kind of thing, that. And we've got 2 keys and full service history. This might not be the end of the world, this car. And it was only 400 quid. There we go, trying to justify it in my head. It's all right, isn't it? For somebody that just wants a cheap runaround to knock around in. Would probably do, wouldn't it? It's probably going to cost me a couple £100 though, isn't it, for a wheel bearing, service and MOT, and a tyre. Don't forget that tyre, because that tyre's ancient. Right, leave this with me. Let me leave it for a mini valet. In fact, I might leave the camera rolling just so you can see the reaction. Mini valet for Matt, please. The other day I dropped off a Freelander there that was disgusting, and he said, "Where do you find this, Matt? Did somebody give it you for free?" Not quite. I guarantee he'll have the same reaction when he sees this. I don't know what they were talking about with this gear linkage because it feels fine. Feels fine. I was really expecting to have a fight on my hands to get it into gear, but it's all right. It's a little bit loose and vague, but it's not bad. I was thinking at the start of this video, worst case, if I scrap it, I'll get 220, 240, so it'll leave me with a loss of maybe £160, but not the end of the world. Get some money back in, and it's better than nothing, I suppose. Some doors open, and others close. Right, we're nearly at the car wash now then. Oh, there's my brother. He can give me a lift back, actually. It's always annoying when you're on the phone, isn't it? Right. I'm going to get this reaction, I know I am. Hello, you right?
How are you?
I'm good, how are you? They're bad, aren't they? They are bad.
Very, very bad, you know.
This one's the worst one, I think.
This one is bad, the door is low.
Yeah, I thought that was the nice one. I thought that was the pick of the bunch.
No, because it's the there.
Yeah.
I have too much, you know, like more than green.
Yeah, I
I
know.
have to use the water you see from around.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever you can do.
Yeah, but this one is bad as well.
Yeah, I know.
It's all yours.
Yeah, all mine, yeah.
Oh.
Can I leave that for a mini valet for me, please? Well, you'll never guess what. My cheap, scruffy Kia Rio that I was thinking of scrapping, I've only gone and saved. Take a look. After we last spoke, I dropped this off at the car wash for a mini valet because it was, well, it was filthy. It looked a complete mess. And it cleaned up all right. Bear in mind, this hasn't even had a full detail valet. It's just had a quick mini valet. £15 later, it's been completely transformed. From there, then, I took it down to my mechanics for a service and an MOT. But before that, I asked them to do a pre-MOT check on it, just to find out what it would need to pass an MOT. And surprisingly, the list wasn't that bad. It needed 2 tyres, it needed a wheel bearing. If you remember, I correctly diagnosed that. There was sort of a loud wheel bearing-y rumble coming from it. So sure enough, it needed a new wheel bearing. My mechanic called me then to say, right, it needs this, this and this. It's going to cost you around £500. Do you want it doing or not? So I thought, well, at that point, it's going to owe me £900. It's worth saving, isn't it? It's probably a £2,000 car retail. And you know me, I hate scrapping cars. I'm not even doing this for the profit particularly. I just don't like to see a car crushed. You know, for somebody who's on a tight budget maybe, that would do them for another 2 or 3 years. So why not save it? Especially nowadays when combustion engines are becoming rare, why not save another one? There are still a couple of jobs left to do on this Kia Rio. I've ordered some new reg plates. I'll fit those myself on Monday. As you can see, there's a little crack there and I don't like that. And also it needs to go then to Tameside detailing for a proper clean. The seats are still very grubby, so I'll get that done properly. But in case you're wondering what I've spent on my mechanics, my total bill was, bear in mind she said roughly £500, it was £510 and 52 pence. So I'm quite happy with that. I had an oil filter, an oil, a near side front inner CV boot, 2 tyres, a wheel bearing, MOT test fee and labour. £510. I think we can safely work out what my total will be. So the car cost me £400, the mini valet cost me £15, the total on mechanics was £510, the number plates will cost me £15, the full valet at Tameside detailing will cost me £70, and I think that's about it. So this car that I was thinking of scrapping will owe me just over £1,000, £1,010 to be precise. When I loaded this car onto Autotrader before, it told me the suggested retail price was £1,995. So that's what I'm going to advertise it for. £1,995 with 12 months MOT, with not a single advisory item, fresh service. It's all right, isn't it, really? It'll still have a couple of faults. The power mirrors don't work for some reason. And the driver's window's got a mind of its own. You've got to be steady with that. But it's not bad, is it, really, for what is quite a modern car? It's low road tax, low running costs, low insurance. So, yeah, why not save it? So I think that's about it. Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today we're going to pick up a quirky little Swedish car, one with quite a big engine for its size. What I've bought is a 2007 Volvo C30. You know, the little hatchback one with the glass boot lid? One of those. Only this one comes with a 2.4 litre 5-cylinder petrol engine and an automatic gearbox, so it's quite a rare combination. Possibly the most exciting thing about this is the fact I've paid just £500 for it. Sounds very cheap, doesn't it? I know it's getting on a bit and it's done nearly 100,000 miles, but still, it is an awful lot of car for 500 quid. I got an email from a viewer called Mark, who was based down in Leicestershire, and this little C30 belonged to his father. He'd had it for a good number of years, and they were just thinking about scrapping it. But Mark said it's just a little bit too good to scrap. So I agreed, obviously. You can't really scrap a C30 like this with that 2.4 litre petrol. Sacrilege. Next thing you know, it's on the back of a low loader and it's winging its way up north. I haven't actually seen this car yet in person. I've seen photographs and it looks all right. It's quite tidy. It's finished in quite a nice dark blue colour. Forgive me, I don't know the precise colour code or name. Not only have I let myself down there, I've let you down as well. Anyway, shall we go and have a look? Let's. Well, we're here. That looks really good, you know. Looks very clean. It isn't often, oh, under grip vans here, surprise. It isn't often that I drive onto this car park and I'm very impressed from 30 yards. That looks nice. I can't believe that's now a 17-year-old car. It's mad, isn't it? Mad. It's crying out for a set of reg plates because the front one's either driven into something with a tow bar or something with a tow bar is backed into that. That's nice though. I'm not a big fan of how they've blacked out the chrome on the grille, but I can live with that. 500 quid. How is that 500 quid? We couldn't have scrapped that, could we? I couldn't have stood aside and watched that be scrapped. Right, as always then, let's check it out using Car Vertical. So, it'll tell us if it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has outstanding finance on it. It'll also show us the MOT history, the ownership changes, the spec, the average market price. If it has been involved in an accident, sometimes it shows you photographs of the damage as well. So it's a very thorough check, this. All you need to do is go to carvertical.com and type in the reg or the VIN. So it looks like that. All we do then is type in Delta Victor 07 X-Ray Romeo Zulu and then check vehicle. And this isn't just a UK thing either. It checks database in 35 different countries. So it checks hundreds of millions of cars. Here we go then. It's currently checking databases in dozens of countries. So if it's had a crash in Cardiff or a bump in Buckhurst Hill, it'll tell us. I'm thinking with this, I'm going to have to give it a full service, a clean MOT, see what's wrong with it, order some plates. Might do a gearbox service as well because that old Geartronic unit isn't the most reliable. I think it's an Ace in Warner unit and, well, they do need servicing. If it hasn't been done and it's done 100k, it will need to be done. But it isn't an expensive job. I can take it to my gearbox guy and it'll probably cost me 120 quid, something like that. Oh, there we go, the report's ready. I should have pointed out, by the way, you can save yourself 20% off each and every check that you do if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK. That's HIGHPEAK, all one word, and you save yourself 20% off every report that you do. So, view report. So it's never been clocked, that's good. There's no outstanding finance, that's good. There's no recorded damage, and it's never been nicked. No one's ever twacked it. I don't know where that came from, I haven't heard that for ages. Taken without owner's consent. What was he in for? Oh, he got done for twat, mate. Right, so the mileage is consistently low, really, for a 17-year-old car. Now, the average market price for such a vehicle is £4,730. I think that's very optimistic, to be honest. Very optimistic. I thought this was perhaps £2,995 once I've spent £1,000 on it. That's what I was thinking. Of course, it is a bit of a hard sell, this, because there aren't many people out there, apart from me, who want a massive engine and an automatic gearbox. Most people would prefer the little 1.6 Drive-E diesel. That's a Peugeot engine, by the way. And it's like 0 road tax, 68 miles per gallon, all that stuff. Whereas that will be 20 miles per gallon, higher road tax, but, you know, I like that sort of thing. Let's go down to the most recent MOT then. Okay then, so the MOT runs out very soon, actually. Was done in June last year, and there wasn't a single advisory item. It's a bit too good to be true, isn't it, really? Why would they scrap it? Why would they even think about scrapping it? Should we find out? A little bit wary now. Maybe, lady luck's on my side, but I don't want to be too optimistic. Okay then, right, well, it's a beautiful day, the sun's shining, and I've got, not one key, I've got 2 keys. And an original, I think. I'm sure TMS are a Volvo main dealer. I've got the original Volvo keyring, which is nice. Like I said, it is a good colour, isn't it? And the wheels look like they're in decent nick. Let's look at all the obvious stuff then, shall we? So, this tyre then is a Marshall tyre. There's loads of tread. It's on like 4 or 5 mil of tread. The bodywork's immaculate down this side. Someone's tinted the rear windows and you can just see they've had a go themselves, haven't they? Because it's sort of bubbled. So I might remove that tint. Need a new wiper arm as well because there's some tape around that. I'm not complaining here, by the way, but I'm not complaining at all because I'm very happy with this. Fresh set of plates, although they are the originals, TMS. So yeah, that's the old 2.45 cylinder. It's in really good nick, this, isn't it? There isn't even like a door dent or anything down it. It's very, very straight. Panel gaps are good, so it hasn't had a whack. Up front we've got another matching Marshall. Right, that's on about 3 mil of tread, I suppose, 3 or 4 mil. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think at some point someone's aerosol blacked this. I don't really like it. Might have a look on eBay for an original grille. I like originality. Yeah, it's got its front fogs. A load of some fresh plates. Should that be black or not? Not quite sure, really. You know, to say it's nearly done 100,000 miles, it isn't particularly chippy either, is it? You'd expect the front end to be covered in stone chips, but it isn't. We've got another matching Marshall here. So we've got three Marshalls. And again, it's really tidy down this side. It's really straight. I think I've had a right result with this. We've got a full house, a full set of Marshalls. That one again is like the other side, so it's on about 4 or 5 mil. It's really good. I'm impressed. I always liked the way these looked. It looked like the original, what's it called? Is it the 840, 850 or something? The one from the 80s. The one with the pop-up lights. Always reminded me of that. Let's open her up then. So, do both work? They do as well. This just gets better. So inside, we've got a cloth interior. It's very warm actually, with some wear on the driver's seat there. A couple of suspicious stains. Some wear on the bolster, but nothing too bad. I could actually get that panel replaced, because they've replaced the whole little panel, but that one's fine, so I think we could just get away with that. Wouldn't be an expensive repair, that. This is pretty good, you know. Quite pleased. Don't let me forget my sunglasses and keys on the roof. We've even got the original mats, look at this. There's a load of paperwork there. Let me just climb into the back. Never been in the back of one of these. Got a little armrest here. I really like this. Needs a good old clean, but, well, saying that, it doesn't really. It just needs a wipe, a bit of a wipe down. I want to keep it, and I don't know why. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Right, let's have a look in the boot. The struts are good. But yeah, look at the window tint job. I think that's been done on someone's driveway on a Sunday. We'll peel that off, order a new grille for it. So that then is the strange little parcel shelf cover, is it? That's a bit poor from Volvo, isn't it? But at least it's there. We've got a welcome mat there, about under here. Oh, we've got a spare as well. And some loose wheel nuts that'll have an annoying rattle. Oh, locking wheel nuts down there. This is a very, very complete car, this. Now the 2.4 uses it's a belt-driven engine, so I'll have to make sure that it's had its belt replaced. Nothing in the glove box. I always like this sort of floating centre console bit from Volvo of this era. Really smart design, that, I thought. I'm looking as well for stickers around the inner door frame there, just to see if there's one that relates to the cam belt. If it needs a cam belt, that's going to cost me, I don't know, 350, 400 quid. There should be a cover there over the OBD port, the OBD2 port. And I always find it really suspicious when the cover's missing. Like someone's tried to cover something up. Red, I'll leave it down there. Let's have a look under the bonnet then. It is a nice colour blue, this. It's a good old clean, but it's nice and original. Right, there are no stickers to indicate the cam belt's been replaced. That's not the end of the world. Might be something in the service history. So, chassis legs are all straight. No suggestion this has had a whack. Same with that one down there, that's all good. when I'm buying a car, I do prefer to see the engine bay in this sort of condition. I just think no one sort of meddled with it. When I'm selling it, of course, I think it's nicer to have it all detailed and nice and clean. Because a lot of people, don't forget, a lot of people don't really know what they're talking about with cars. So when they open the bonnet, it's just nice, or they think it's nicer to see it all clean. That's my opinion anyway. Right. What have we got then? So it's all very clean in here. Ah, we've got the winter pack as well. We've got heated seats. I'm definitely keeping this car. I don't know why. I could use it as a bit of a courtesy car, couldn't I? It has done 91,000 miles. It's lower than I expected. 30 degrees today, according to that. Should we fire her up? Oh, it sounds nice. Right, we've got an engine light on. That might not be the end of the world, actually. Oh, that sounds really good. Who'd expect a little hatchback to sound like this? That's really good. What else can I show you? Do my windows work? That one does. That one does. Okay. Get a through draft. In here, then we've got a screw loose. Like me, that. What else? Right. I'll turn the camera away. You'll have to look at my ugly mug for a second while I look at the service history. I don't want to reveal anyone's personal information. Ah, right. I think I can show this because there's no names and addresses. Let me show you this. This gets better. Look at this service history. So, it's all Volvo. Volvo Stafford, Volvo Stafford, Volvo Derbyshire, Chesterfield, Volvo Leicester, Volvo Leicester. This is all Volvo history. 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, all Volvo. And then the last one wasn't Volvo, that was somewhere called RJM Mechanical Services in Enderby in Leicestershire. That was done in 2018 at 84. So it's only done 7,000 miles in 6 years. It's done nothing, has it, really? Right, what else can we see here then? There are some more receipts, all the old MOTs, the book pack. This is good. Carried out engine oil and filter with engine flush. A handwritten receipt there. That's good. Front brake discs and pads and suspension rear arm bush. That's good. We've got a green slip there. I've had quite a result here. TMS Hinckley, we've got a receipt here to the previous owner in 2017 at 83,000 miles for one cam belt and auxiliary belt replacement. So it's had its new tooth belt, some belts, a flange screw. That was £397.80. So it's had its cam belt done. What a result. What a result. Wonder what happened to the flange screw. Right then, should we get this cheap little C30 out on the road? See how it performs. The only negative so far is that it is overdue a service, time-wise, not mileage-wise. The engine light's on, and the air conditioning isn't working. But apart from that, I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon. Oh, hang on. We've got a broken mirror lens as well there. Mirror glass. Someone's put a replacement thing on there and they just stuck it on top of the old one. I'll have to try and neaten that up a little bit. I don't like that. But yeah, we're all good so far. Let's get out on the road. Okay then, right, let me get my belt on. Volvo are very safety conscious, aren't they? My barrier's open. Pop it into drive. Hope the gearbox is good. We've got a good gearbox. That's very reluctant to move. Oh, she's nippy. She's got a bit of poke. My brakes feel a little bit funny. Like there's no travel on the pedal, they feel very hard. I've had that before with a Volvo. I think it was quite a common issue. It was on a V50 many years ago. And every time it was cold, sounded all right, didn't it? Every time it was cold, whenever you started the car, let me describe it to you. So, you know, if you turn the car off, any car, and then pump the brake pedal till it goes hard, it felt like that every single time until it got up to temperature. Then it was fine. This feels the same. It's a little bit worrying when you're behind a car because you've got to really press it. Feels like you're fighting against it. It's getting softer actually. There is definitely a fault there with the brakes. Right. I think these are front wheel drive as well. I say think. I know these are front wheel drive as well. Oh, she pulls well. I'm quite smitten with this little C30. What should we do first? Oh, there's a knife. I must really stop getting distracted by nice cars on the road. There's a beautiful orange F-Type behind me with the roof down. I think the first thing to do then, because it's got a short MOT, is run this down to my mechanics for an MOT. I think it'll pass though, to be honest. MOT, PDI, minor service, get them to investigate the engine light. I mean, it's idling fine. Pulls all right, sounds good. Can't see that being anything major. Get them to sort out the brakes as well. I'm not sure how, to be honest. Not sure whether they'll be able to identify that. I guarantee it'll be one of those annoying faults that when I take it down there and try and explain, every time they test it, it won't, you know, it won't fault. See, they're all right now, it's warm. Strange fault that. Oh, is there a CD in? No. I think that's what I'll do. Service MOT, sort the brakes out, sort the engine light out, then I'll get it back to the garage, gas the air conditioning, hope that takes the gas. Gemas. Oh, I might have a look on eBay for a new grille. One with the chrome surround, not the black. And I might then also remove the rear tint and the side tint. Don't really like that. Then I think we've got a decent retail car. Or I could keep it. Don't know why. Why would I keep it? I just quite like it. And they're quite rare. Does drive well. How? I know you can't see this. How is my MX-5 not sold? It's a 2008 MX-5 done 100. It's very nice actually. And it's 2,995. Sounds really... Oh, we have got another light on. It's my fuel light. 60 miles to empty tank. I do like Volvos of this era. My average MPG is 18.5. That's why these cars are rare. People can't stomach that, can they? Just to say, you know what? I know we're right in the height of summer now, but I was just about to say, as like a winter runaround, this would be all right, wouldn't it? Got my heated seats. Quite a cool little car to nip about in a bit. Don't know what I'm getting at really here, guys. I'm just trying to think of a reason to keep it. What am I going to spend on this then? I worry slightly about the brakes, because if that's some sort of... if that's some big issue, that might cost me a few quid. Let me give myself a healthy budget of £1,000. If I can spin this car around for £1,000, then it'll owe me 1,500 quid. I think it's worth double that all day long. I think it's 2,995, possibly a bit more. Possibly a bit more. The mileage is low, it's had its cam belt done. The history is very good, 2 keys, matching Marshall Mathers tyres. Yeah, okay. Oh, like I said at the start, I might get the gearbox serviced as well. Yeah, why not? Why not? Throw some money at it. Give me some TLC. This is way too good to scrap though, this car. Way too... Oh, I was going to do the seat repair as well. Yeah, you know, £1,000 as a budget, as generous as that sounded, I think I will end up spending £1,000 on this. But I'll do it. Unless my mechanic finds something really dreadfully wrong with it, but I can't see it. Can't see it. Right, I'm going to head down there now then, and I'll give you an update shortly. Right, well I'm back with the Volvo C30 and I thought I'd give you a quick update. It's had quite a bit of work done. So, after we last spoke, I took it down to my mechanics for a service and an MOT. They reset the engine light and cleared all the codes, so I've got to keep my eye on that, but there were no other faults. So it passed its MOT with not a single advisory item, which I was quite surprised about. I still need to do the seat repair, I'd forgotten about that. But from there, I picked it up and took it over to the lads at Tameside Detailing, for a valet, and I asked them to remove the window tint for me, which I'm told was a bit of a nightmare. It had been on that long, it was quite brittle, but they managed to do it for me, and it looks tons better. So the tint's gone from there and the back window, and I think you'll agree, it just looks a whole lot more original. Like I say, it has just come back from the valeter, so the mats are still damp, so I'll leave them on the radiator overnight, and then tomorrow I can pop them in. So right now, all that's left for me to do really is call my trimmer, to have him come out and pick up the driver's seat and repair that. I'm going to call Harrods and order some plates for it. Sounds nice, doesn't it? I'll order some plates for it, and then I think that's about it. My mechanic said that because it'd been sitting for some time, the brakes felt a bit funny, which I experienced. I thought there was an issue with the braking system, which I still think there is, to be honest. But my mechanic said there wasn't. She said that it just needed driving, so we're going to do some more miles in it and see. I have a sneaky feeling I'm going to have to take this to a Volvo specialist over to Trevor Burgess in Mottram and have them look at it. But for now, let's see how we get on. And we're back in my cheap Volvo C30, and it's all done and now ready for sale. It's had quite a bit of work, this one, but I'm very pleased with the outcome. Bear in mind the previous owner of this car was genuinely considering scrapping it. So I think this is a good one to have saved from the scrapyard, don't you? After we last spoke, I took this down to my mechanics for a service and an MOT, and surprisingly enough, it didn't need an awful lot of work. I honestly thought that I'd have a £400 or £500 bill at my mechanics just to get a clean MOT on it, but that wasn't the case. It didn't actually need anything. The engine light was only on because of an O2 sensor. In addition to that, it had a service, and that was it. 12 months MOT with not a single advisory item. I mentioned the weird fault with the brakes to my mechanics, but every single time they test drove the car, it didn't do it. That's quite a frustrating thing with this job. You've got to recreate the fault before you can even attempt to diagnose it. They told me they couldn't find anything wrong with the brakes, and there was no fault code in the car. So it was a bit of a strange one, really. Anyway, I picked it up from there, and then I took it to the trimmers. If you remember, there was a rip on the driver's seat, so I had that repaired. And as always, he's done a really good job. You'd never know there was ever a rip there. It looks as good as new. While I was driving it around though, I noticed the brake pedal was still a bit iffy, and I thought I just can't sell this with any confidence. There's something not quite right. So I booked it in at my local Volvo specialist. I always use a place called Trevor Burgess over in Mottram. I explained the symptoms to them, and then a couple of days later they called me to say, right, the brake module, I think it was the brake module's fried completely. And in addition to that, it's got so hot, it's damaged some of the pipes around it. It's also blown a fuse or something as well. So they replaced those parts, and a couple of days after that, it was all ready to collect. Now my bill there was quite big, almost the cost of the car to be fair, but I'm pleased now I've now got fully functioning brakes. Brakes are quite an important part of a car, aren't they? Let's not underestimate them. It's also worth noting it's quite a common issue, that apparently. I don't know whether I mentioned this at the start of the video, but I remember having a similar issue with a Volvo V50. I couldn't remember what the issue was, but it was that. From there, I took it to Tameside Detailing for a full valet, and I also asked them to remove the old window tint. The old window tint, if you remember, looked a bit silly, and I think it was a DIY job. There were loads of bubbles in it. But now, I think you'll agree, it looks so much better with clear glass. Much classier. From there, I got it back to the garage and fitted some new reg plates to it, and that's pretty much it. I photographed this car and got it advertised. Now, I didn't really know where to pitch this price-wise. In the end, I put it up for $2,995. Which I think, well, it's quite a lot of car, isn't it, for $2,995? Quite a rare one at that. A 2.4 petrol automatic C30 with a winter pack with 91,000 miles on the clock. It's quite a rare find. So I thought $2,995 isn't an awful lot to ask for this car. So we'll see. It's only been for sale for a couple of days, so time will tell. All I've got to do now is find a new home for it. What we're going to do in the meantime then, guys, is park up somewhere scenic and I'll talk you through all my costs. There are many on this occasion, but I'm still convinced at $2,995 there'll be some profit in it for me. Let's try and work out exactly how much, shall we? Right, so we're nearly at my famous lay-by with the bin. Hang fire. It is actually a pleasure to drive this car. It's nice and small and easy to place and easy to park. And you get that nice note from the old 2.4 petrol. Listen to that. Nice and smooth. There's the bin. And here's my lay-by. I'm a creature of habit. Pop her in park. Okay then, so I paid £500 for the car. In fact, I'll take my sunglasses off so I can see you. I paid £500 for the car. The transport was, I think it was £120 from down in Leicestershire. The bill at my mechanics was £217. The seat repair was £120. The valet and window tint removal was £150. The bill at Trevor Burgess to sort the brakes, that was £346.20. The number plates cost me £15, and that takes this 2007 Volvo C30 to, hang on a second, talk amongst yourselves, 500, 120, £1,468.20. Let's not forget the 20p. So 1468.20. So like I say, if I can get 2728, 2995 for it, there's still a decent chunk of profit. And most importantly, another car saved from the scrapyard. So it's all good, isn't it, that? Not a bad day's work. Having said that, it's taken me about a fortnight, but let's not dwell. Well, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. And yeah, that's about it. Cheers, guys. See you next time. Adios.